So today what I wanted to talk to you about was changing out one of these wheels on your pull sweep. And this particular model just so happens to be a Polaris model 280. A lot of these are similar. Some of them may have 4 of these wheels. This particular model has 3. So the reason we want to change this out, or you may need to change one of these out, is from being in the pool in the chlorine, over time they wear out. And I was going to show you why it's important, like on this particular one. And let me see if I can turn it to where you can see it. So down inside of there, and I think you can see it, there's a little gear right in there that engages in the teeth on the inside of this wheel. And you can see those here, I think, on this one. And I'll actually go ahead and tell you what happened. There's only one of these like this, well, say 2 of them on your Polaris. On this particular model, it has 2. The wheel that's here and the wheel that's over here actually engages on a small gear in there. So at one point, I had one of these with the teeth that actually wore completely out. So I moved it to this one because it doesn't actually engage on anything. And I think I can show you, in fact, you can see here, I think, on the inside of this one, how the teeth are actually gone right there. But if you spin it on around, you can see how there are teeth all the way along here. And that is what engages on that tiny little gear. So that's why you might need to change one of these wheels out. I've also seen these crack, you know, from being in the pool, exposed to a lot of chlorine, and need to be replaced. And to do that, it's a simple task. These things are not that expensive. In fact, I think I just ordered an entire set of these from Amazon, and it was about $12 for a set of 3. So if you can, you know, try to order your stuff like this from Amazon, and I'll leave a link down in the description. It's a whole lot more inexpensive than going to your local pool supply, and anybody can do these. To change one of these out, it's very, very simple. We'll be right back in just a minute and show you how to tackle that process. Okay, welcome back. We were talking about the fact that the pull sweep's wheel has excessive wobble, and you can see here how that one's wobbling. So I suspect the wheel bearings are out in there. So we're going to change that out. And in order to do that, we're going to need the new wheel, which I've gotten off of Amazon. And I always recommend going ahead and changing out this screw right here. It looks like this. Now, I mentioned, I think earlier, that I keep a spare parts bin. These screws like this are one of the things that I keep in my spare parts bin. They're not that expensive. I'll put a link in the description to where I get them off of Amazon. And again, I keep a few of those on hand. The wheels, I don't necessarily keep one on hand because they're usually readily available and I can get them in, and I ordered one and it took me a day to get it. So now what I did want to show you here is, and in a minute we're going to take this off with this screw here, but remember me mentioning about the gears that these wheels have on them? I think you can see here on this one, the gears that I'm talking about all the way around the inside of the wheel. And those are what engages with the little gear that's right inside of here. And I'll show you that here in a second. So to take this off, you're going to need a large screwdriver like this. And you're going to want to get right here on the screw and turn it to the left or counterclockwise, just like that. And you can see how it broke loose fairly easy. Now, every once in a while, I'll check these to make sure that they're tight, and I don't overly tighten them because these things are just plastic and you don't want to break them. But I will check them to make sure that they're tight, because I have found a couple of times where those were just a little bit loose, and then the wheel, of course, would wobble. But in this case, and I'll show you here, this one, when it's tight, we still got the wobble. So that's why I suspect the wheel bearings are out. So we're going to take this all the way off, turning counterclockwise or to the left. And that takes the screw off. And you're going to want to make a note that on these screws, there's a little spacer like this in there. And you can see how that looks. You're going to want to put this back if you don't get a new piece. Just make sure that you don't lose it, because that's actually what covers up and holds against where the outer wheel bearing is in the wheel here. And you can see that blue ring down inside of there. That's where the ball bearings are for this wheel bearing. And that, I'm pretty sure that's what's worn out. So to take this wheel the rest of the way off, you just want to grasp it and pull it right off. And you can see there's an outer wheel bearing, and then when you turn this over, there's also an inner wheel bearing. So each one of these, if you're replacing a wheel, just remember, and you can see the difference here, each one of these is going to take 2 wheel bearings. And the wheels, if you order replacements, don't come with the wheel bearings. So again, if you don't have those spare parts in your kit already, you're going to want to make sure that you order some. I keep a few of those on hand. I've got a bag of them here. I think it's a bag of, what is it? Looks like an 8-pack that I ordered. And I keep these on hand. So just remember, the new wheels don't come with the wheel bearings, and you're going to need 2 per wheel, an inner and an outer. So again here, you can see on this old wheel, I think you can see this, and I'm going to remove the tire off of here so you can get a better visual. You can see how the teeth on this thing are really worn down compared to the new one. I think you can see the difference there. See how they're really worn down? So those teeth actually engage on this little gear right here on the side of your pull sweep. Okay, so what I did, again, being careful, is I've just got my small screwdriver and I got in there and I kept working and working and working and working around this one until, and you can see here how I've kind of got this piece starting to come out. So I'm just going to continue to work my way around and prying up gently. And you can see there, it finally popped right out. So now, you can see how that looks. Now I would be able to put my new inner wheel bearing in and my new outer in if I was going to use this wheel, but we're not. So we're going to lay this to the side because this one is pretty much damaged. And again, I'll mention one of the things that I did was I had one that's even in worse condition than this that I moved from here and put one of the good ones on here from the Polaris, because on your pull sweep there are only 2 positions on here that have these little gears. So your third wheel doesn't engage. So it's kind of like a spare, even though it has to be on there. Excuse me. Even though it has to be on there, it's not engaging the teeth. So if you do get in a pinch, you can move these around in different positions on your pull sweep to, you know, get by for just a minute. So we're gonna put this one to the side and we're gonna grab our new one. This is our new one. We're gonna take our inner wheel bearing and make sure that we turn it the correct way. See how the blue, you can see the blue. When it's like this, you really can't see that solid blue ring. You can see the ball bearings, but when it's like this, you can kind of see the blue. And you're just gonna kind of want to hold it in place and start pressing it in. And did you hear it kind of click? And it kind of went on in. And you just want to press until it won't go down anymore. And you can see how that turns nice and tight. So we're going to want to turn it over, and now we're going to press the outer wheel bearing in. Again, you can see the difference here. You can see the ball bearings on this side. On this side, you really can't see. All you can see is that blue keeper. So put it in approximate position. Take your two thumbs and just gently start trying to work it and press it in. And you can hear how it's kind of snapped into place. It's not quite seated all the way. You can see down inside of there. These two pieces like this should actually meet inside of there. And now that one went the rest of the way in. So you can see down in there how they're touching. The two pieces of plastic are actually touching. So now, and that's spinning real good and free on both sides. Now we're ready to put this back on after we put our tire back on. So in this particular case, I'm going to put a different tire on because this tire is worn. And you can see, I think you can see on this one, there's a divot right here on this one that runs all the way around. See how there's kind of like two different wear marks on this rubber tire? So I'm going to put a new tire that I ordered on the wheel. And again, on these, I don't keep these necessarily on hand. I order them on Amazon when I need them, and I'll put a link in the description. They're fairly inexpensive, and in this particular case, I went ahead and ordered 3 because it was cheaper to get 3 than just 1. You can put these in warm water to make them more pliable and easier to put on, or just lay them out on the sun on your pool deck for a little while, and they'll get a little more pliable. But I think you can see the difference here, how a new one looks versus how one that's used looks. Quite a bit of difference. So then you're just going to want to take it onto your wheel, and there's little ridges that are going to engage. The wheel's just going to engage down in there, and you're going to want to just start working it into position all the way around. And it's going to be pretty tight, but you just keep working it and keep stretching and keep working until you get it almost on there, and then it'll see how it's snapping into place. You just want to keep working it until it's all the way engaged, just like that. Now that one just snapped into place all the rest of the way, so we're good to go. Nice and tight, everything looks good. Our wheel bearings are spinning good. And some of the questions that I've gotten is, do you need to oil or grease these wheel bearings? For your pool, the answer is no. You don't ever want to put any lube on those bearings. Okay, so we've got our new wheel bearings in place, new tire installed, and we've got our new keeper screw and the washer that goes on there, and we got it turned in the correct direction. You can see that. So now all we're going to do, and you'll see what I'm talking about here with these gears, how this gear engages with this gear. So you're going to want to take this and gently place it into position right there on the axle and turn it until that gear engages, and you'll feel it engage because when you spin this, it's going to turn this wheel and this wheel. So that lets you know that that gear is engaged now. And you're just going to want to make sure that that slides all the way on like that right there. And now we're going to put our keeper screw back in place. And again, you don't want to over tighten these because you don't want to break it. And this is a new screw. And you're going to turn it to the right or clockwise to tighten it. And you can see there how it's tightening up. And you'll be able to tell when it's tight. So I got it tight, and I'm going to turn it about 1/4 of a turn more. Just like that. And now Let's do our test. Remember how wobbly the old one was? Look at that. This one barely even moves now. Very little wobble. And you can see how it doesn't wobble at all. So now we're in good shape with our new wheel, new tire, and wheel bearing replacement. So I hope this helps somebody out. It was a lot of details, but once you do this, it's a quick, simple repair, and you can save yourself a lot of money. Give us your comments or suggestions down below in the comment section. Please give us a thumbs up, share the video, and if you don't mind, we'd appreciate it if you'd subscribe to our channel. That really helps us out. So this has been Don with the DIY Collaborative, and thanks for stopping by our channel today.